My grandfather was Xavier Jardon, and he came from Belfort, France. On the ship, he met a lady there, Elise Bouchaw, and she later became his wife. In 1855, they heard about Kansas opening up to settlement, so he came to the right south of Baldwin City, the town they call Prairie City, and started his livelihood there then. One of the stories about the Jardon property is that when Quantrill made his famous raid or infamous raid on Lawrence in August the 21st of 1863, he journeyed south and when they came on down to the Jardon property and came upon it and wanted water for their horses and men. So my grandmother Elise and her eldest son Gus pulled up water from the well they had there to help water the horses and men, but Quantrill was being chased, and so he quickly made his escape out of there and went to the west and then down south on the Fort Scott Road.
My grandmother was a quilter, and all my life there was always a quilt frame with a quilt in it. And when we were in grade school, in the country school, we had to, every morning, we took a large package of needles and we threaded each one with a certain length of thread, and we put them on the end of the quilt. And when we got home after school at 3:30 in the afternoon, she would be ready for us to fill the needles up again so that she could quilt the next day. And I do know that before she had her last stroke, she had made quilts for all her children, and she had made something like 35 quilts for her grandchildren. And I still quilt today. Right now I'm trying to use up all my scraps because we have to move, and I'm making quilts for the VA hospital in Topeka so that the veterans have a quilt on their bed. And in the last year and a half, I've probably made about 20.
We took a trip to Topeka and went by the VA, and what did the VA lady say to you?
Oh, she said they'd be so excited because they get tired of looking at just the sheets on their bed.